Hey, welcome to our daily edition of Friend of God. We're taking this directly from our new book called Friend of God, Letting Jesus Say Who You Really Are, because we really believe that when you learn how Jesus defines you, it changes how you define you. You are not the sum of your mistakes and victories. You are who Jesus says you are. You are the one He loves. Thus, you are a friend of God. And in this incredible journey through the writings of John, we see John telling us over and over again, this is what it looks like to be loved by Jesus. And so through 40 days, we're going to take a look at what Jesus is showing to John, and thus John is showing to us. That John comes to the conclusion that I am the one that Jesus loves, and thus we can come to that same conclusion. So, every day, we're going to take one of these chapters and give you just a very quick thing to think about and pray about for that day. And so here is today's episode. Day 36. I am the one who will be reunited. I think that's a song, isn't it? Reunited and it feels so good. All right, enough singing. Well, I hope you read the chapter today. It has this incredible story about Dietrich Bonhoeffer, which I had never heard until I listened to a sermon by John Tyson at Church of the City in New York. And he told this story. It was incredible. And I won't walk through the details again. I'm going to trust that you've read today's chapter, but it does paint this picture of this idea of longing to see the people once again who we have had to say goodbye to. Longing for the people that have gone ahead of us in glory. We read this passage from Revelation 15. It says, "And I saw what looked like a sea of glass glowing with fire, and standing beside the sea, those who had been victorious over the beast and its image, and over the number of its name. They held harps given them by God." All kinds of vivid imagery there that have been probably mistranslated over the years with beasts and numbers and harps and angels floating around in the sky. But the image that John is trying to translate to us, it's got to be so hard for him to take these images he sees and tries to put them into words, but there'll be a day we'll be reunited with those that we love, with those that we care about, with those that we miss. And I wonder who that is for you. And maybe that's where we take today's conversation, for you to spend a little bit of time thinking about those that you miss that have gone on to glory. For me, I think about my father, who has been gone for several years now, and I long to see him again. I think about friends that have gone on before to glory. I think about people that I barely knew, but were huge influences in my life that I long to see and hear more about their story. And I think about the saints that have gone before us, the people like John and Paul, and all of these incredible communicators of the story of Jesus that have gone on before us. And obviously, we long to see Jesus, and we look forward to that day. But think a little bit about the way that we will be reunited. John is using that as a way to remind himself that this is one of the ways that Jesus shows He loves us, that life is not the end. There is more to this, and that one day we will spend eternity with not only Jesus, but also those who have gone before us to be with Jesus. So today, maybe that's our prayer. God, thank you that one day I'll be reunited with those who have gone to be with you. Well, I hope that was helpful for you today. Take that with you throughout the remainder of your day. We'll be back tomorrow with another daily edition. Make sure you check us out on YouTube and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And we'll be back tomorrow with another daily edition of Friend of God.